I wanted to be number one, not in the region, but in the world, in everything. High education, health, housing.
There's something about sitting at the winner's table. It hits differently. Dubai, a city that many years ago when I came, property was questionable. People were building in a desert, some were buying, some were selling, prices were very low. Today, the likes of the Burj Khalifa and everything around it have become some of the most expensive real estate in the world. People buying London, America, Singapore, Asia, everyone is buying in the UAE and the prices keep going up. We've seen prices literally skyrocket because of a place where every architect, every construction, every group, every company, they keep building to impress one another. When you look at the price of property in the UAE, it's increasing and you keep asking yourself, when will it reach the peak?
They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but the Burj Khalifa wasn't just built, it was willed into existence. When you look at the tallest structure on Earth, you see glass and steel. But if you look closer, you see the fingerprints of two men. One who had the audacity to dream it, and one who had the power to save it. This is the story of how an architectural marvel almost became a financial ruin, and the two titans who ensured it touched the sky. First, meet the engine, Mohammed Alabar. As the founder of MR Properties, he wasn't just a developer, he was a man obsessed with legacy. Alabar didn't just want a skyscraper, he wanted the tallest structure human beings had ever created. During the design phase, he was notorious. The engineers would present a height, and Alabar would ask, "Can we go higher?" He kept the final height a secret, even from the contractors, constantly approving increases during construction. He was racing against a ghost, fearful that another project somewhere in the world might try to beat him. He pushed the physics, the budget, and the timeline to the absolute breaking point. But in 2009, reality hit. The global financial crisis tore through Dubai. The city was drowning in debt. The tower, originally named Burj Dubai, stood nearly finished, a gleaming needle in the desert, but the money had run dry. The world watched. Critics whispered that it would be a monument to failure, an unfinished tombstone for an overambitious city. Alabar's dream was on the verge of becoming a nightmare. Enter the savior, Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the ruler of Abu Dhabi and president of the UAE. In the 11th hour, he stepped in with a multi-billion-dollar bailout that saved Dubai's economy and the tower. At the opening ceremony in 2010, the world held its breath. In a shock move, the name Burj Dubai was stripped away. It was rechristened Burj Khalifa, a permanent tribute to the man whose funding carried the project across the finish line. Mohammed Alabar provided the vision. Sheikh Khalifa provided the lifeline. Together, they proved that while engineers build with concrete, history is built with ambition.
Yes, in 2010, the UAE opened up this architectural marvel that cost $1.6 billion to build, the Burj Khalifa. On Google, over 22 million searches every single year. People travel from all around the world to come and see this beautiful marvel piece. I am right here on this bustling street where everybody's appreciating the view and literally marveling at this piece of art. Now, the man behind this, who owns the Mpho group, he was a huge failure in life. He failed in many of his businesses in the US. When he tried opening up a shoe business, it actually fell apart, as his banking career also did not work out. And when he came back to the UAE, now this was a man who grew up in poverty. In his household, they slept 9 people in a 1-bedroom, literally in poverty. Yet he came back to the UAE and found a visionary leader like His Royal Highness. And together they built, another world has come. Remember the saying, build it and they'll come. In your own personal life, don't ever accept anyone who tells you that you cannot build a masterpiece out of your life, that people will be able to come from all around the world and view what you have built because you've built your life in such a beautiful way. And the story is so beautiful because as they were building, look at that, someone just passed through, flying through on a scooter on this beautiful pathway because the Burj is that big of a marvel. Now, when you're building your own life, similar things that happened to when they were building the Burj might happen to you. People came, experts, professionals, they said the Burj won't stand. They said it's built on sand. They said it's a desert. They said nobody will come here, it's too hot. They said it's not possible, it cannot be done. Even experts released reports on why it could not be done. But today we see it standing tall. No one can deny it, whether from the sky or from the ground, you can see and notice the Burj. That's the power of vision. And kudos to the UAE for doing that. But most importantly, what did it bring after that? It allowed for new hotels to be built. We saw new hotels coming and being built all around the UAE because it gave everyone around the Burj the confidence to be able to do that. When you pursue your dreams, you allow everyone around you, you give them the confidence for them to be able to pursue their own dreams and build even bigger. Today, this area creates an economy, jobs that are sustained by people from all around the world because of the power of a vision. The Burj is not just another building. It's a vision coming together, a vision that had the dreams of many people from all around the world. Today, the Burj stands tall as something that is a representation of what it means to do the impossible. And the UAE didn't just stop there. They went on to do more and more and more. But it started off with a seed. It started off with a vision that looked impossible. And that seed germinated into something that is absolutely phenomenal. Jacob & Co., they've just released their property and they've built it. Bulgaria has just released Jumeirah Mansions. Actually, let's take a tour in some of these homes. You tell me what you think.
Introducing Ocean Mansion by Bulgari.
Success comes from careful planning, teamwork, and strong leadership. With strong leadership to push the plan forward.